Guys, so I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I'm going to show you around my entire sewing space. I have to admit I have cleaned it up a little bit, but this is kind of the state that you'll find it in most of the time. So it's not exactly clean, but it's a little bit cleaner than normal. Normally I have a lot more fabric piled on the floor. So I'm just going to give you a quick tour, and then I will actually take you around with my camera because I actually work in a couple of places out in my home. So as you can see, we're in my basement right now, which has very short ceilings. Luckily, I'm only 5 feet tall, so there's plenty of room for me. This place is basically ideal for a sewing room. It's a nice open space. Other than the height, which doesn't affect me, but I know sometimes I've had photographers down here and stuff like that, and it's been a bit of a nightmare. But it's nice, and it's big, and it's fairly bright for a basement, and I can close the door at the end of the day and just kind of put my work behind me, which is really nice. So yeah, this is my space. Over here I have a bunch of fabric storage in boxes. This is my sewing area, which I've shown you before. I've kind of given you a tour of my sewing area. Got my ironing station over here and a few more things. So I'm just going to take you around and show you a few different highlights and get down and dirty about how embarrassingly large my fabric stash is. So over here I have a little bit of a play area for my daughter. I kind of thought that she'd be able to play down here while I work, but that never really happens very well. But every once in a while she will come down here and I can get some sewing done. And I have all of my kind of printing stuff over here, paper and boring office supplies. Further down this way, I have some more fabric storage. So I just have some bits and pieces here. I have some samples stored down here. And this is actually all fabric that I eventually plan on getting rid of, but for now it's just taking up space in my basement. So over here I have my little ironing area and just some extra supplies in this little cabinet here. I try to be organized with a bunch of different boxes, but I have to admit that things don't always get put back into place. This here is my cutting table. So that's my cutting table. It's not very big. It's actually just an old drop leaf table that I have painted up white. But since I make lingerie, I don't really need to have that big of a table, so it works okay for me. And this is actually very clean. These two big bunches of fabric here are my organic cotton lining that I use. So I buy it in larger quantities, so I just keep it hanging up here just for quick, easy access. So I've shown you this area before. This is my sewing area. It's not quite as neat as I would like it to be, but it's neat enough. Again, I've got my 2 sergers and my sewing machine, and I have a snack and a coffee waiting for me, and my coffee is always cold, so it's getting cold as I do this. And then over here I have piles and piles and boxes of fabric. Oh, look at over there, it's embarrassing. It's so much. I have so much fabric. So this is my insane collection. So it is organized kind of by type. So I've got boxes of stretch mesh. Stretch satin is in here. I don't buy my fabrics in fairly large quantities, so I find that this system works for me. I don't tend to buy them by the bolt. And then I organized all my sewing patterns in binders. So these are my bra patterns, bottoms, and those ones are unlabeled, so they're miscellaneous. And this horrible mess over here is my drafting table. So I've got a whole bunch of pattern blocks here. So these are like the cardboard pieces that I use to grade my patterns and everything, and all of my different raw drafts. as well as a charcoal drawing that my husband did in art school that just happens to be down here. So that's it. That's my space. It is not glamorous, but it's kind of my little area where I can keep it as messy as I want or as clean as I want. And I actually have a space for everything, which is really nice. Ollie, come. It's just me, buddy. Hey. Hey, Grumpy Guts. So this is the last area that I'm going to show you. It is it's kind of my office. Oliver's here. He says hello. This is where I do... Hey, buddy. This is where I do all of my photography, where I keep all my boring paperwork. Oliver. And where I keep some of my garments that I've made. So I'm just going to take a minute and I'll show you around. Here's Oliver. He is not very happy about me talking. What do you think, Ollie? Do you have anything to say? So over here I have a garment rack with a bunch of my current samples, as well as a bunch of my sample sale stuff that hasn't sold yet. And that's kind of where I keep everything so that it's out in the open if I need to pull anything for photo shoots or anything like that. It's right here. Hey buddy, what's up? This is just my pretty bookshelves. They're really nothing. Though I have, I keep sleep masks right here. And a whole bunch of my photo props are kind of kept over here. Over here are my dressmaking forms. So I have the professional one, and then I have a couple of just decorative ones. This one my husband actually pulled out of a dumpster, which was a pretty good find. And over here is my desk that I bought because I swore if I had a desk I would always do my taxes on time, and it hasn't really worked out very well for me. I still do my taxes late all the time, but at least I have a place to file everything for now. So that's it. That's where I work. Those are the two areas of my house that I spend most of my time. It's definitely a lot prettier up here than it is downstairs, but my sewing area is really just a functional space, and this area is just a bonus, and it's definitely not something I would have had in my old house, which was much smaller. Anyway, I hope you liked my tour. Sorry about my dog barking. He always likes to have his say. And stay tuned. Let me know if there's anything else that you want to see or any other video ideas you have. See you later.